Welcome to Sync to Sync TV, brought to you courtesy of First Ave Entertainment. I am your host, B. We thank you for joining us and Happy New Year. Thank you for following us on Instagram at sync2sync.tv.com. Also, please, if you want further information about us, advertisement, please check us out at www.sync2sync.tv.com. We have a packed show lined up for you. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sync to Sync TV. I am your host, B. Now, we are pleased to celebrate our 7th year anniversary. It's coming up here at Karua, Fort Lauderdale on January 28th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Please come and join us and show us some love. We would also like to show you love for sticking and staying with us for 7 years. Year completion, new beginnings. We also want to give Karua, Fort Lauderdale a shout out because they have allowed us to be in the building for quite some time now. Thank you so much, Karua. Stick and stay with us here at Sync to Sync TV. You can find us on www.sync2sync.tv.com. Also, you can find us on Instagram at Sync to Sync TV. I'm your host, B, and we'll be right back.
Move your body, move your body, It's a queen, Sheebah, the Runtown thing.
Kaze one kole mo mukolo. Guapo konga bakubi ba dance yona jemuri. Gwe balunda mu nyumba simemu ekituli. Olwaleero atalina kabina yole mufako. Mu kidongo tulya kasha watali alemesa. N'ebizibu nebirese mu nyumba tonyumya gasiya. Mugonderera beri njina eno kale. Njagala space ebintu bya twaking jayo sinea. We can be, yeah. Olwaleero we can be, yeah. Just wine around and roll.
Everybody do.
Baby girl, just shake it. Wine around and roll. Baby girl, just shake it.
Everybody do. Every man I need a pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl. Everybody do. When you hear the sound, baby take your body low. Every man I need a pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl. Oh, baby, why you find like this? You're just a freak on you. I hope you know the keys aren't there. And I hope so you love now.
Runtown.
Take you away, take you away. Only thing on my mind is take you away. Somewhere far, far away. Yeah. Take you away, take you away. Only thing on my mind is take you away.
We can be, yeah. Olwaleero we can be, yeah. Just wine around and roll.
Everybody do.
Baby girl, just shake it. mukolo. Oh baby, wakwata kompuliro muliro mutima. 1,000 in experience so temutia. Yes, chikiri commander, omupya temutia. I like the way you go down, baby, come we go down. Twambokenga we tukiri no we so see. Enjoy my body and I'm gonna show you fire. Kana kazanyo na kafuna mwe balua. We can be, yeah. We can be, yeah. Just wine around and roll it. Baby girl, just shake it. Wine around and roll it. Baby girl, just shake it. We can be, yeah. We can be, yeah.
Yo pa konen kote nou soti.
Watch 5sur5 TV.
5sur5tv.com.
Yo pa konen ki bon nou prale.
All we watch is 5sur5 TV.
Hey, 5sur5tv.com, the greatest show right now.
Nan 5sur5.
I watch that show every day. 5sur5 Red Branché.
And you're watching 5 sous 5.
Nan 5sur5.
Ouais, pas ouais, flip, toujours branché 5sur5 TV.
5sur5, the best show right now.
Nan 5sur5, c'est là nou prale, yeah.
You're watching 6sur5 and keep watching. Je regarde 5sur5 chaque semaine.
5sur5 TV, son TV show exceptionnel.
5sur5tv.com, c'est le regarder chaque show, man.
I remember 5sur5. Every time Sanchez say keep it live.
You're watching 5sur5tv.com. Cinq sur cinq. Music is life. Yeah, yeah.
More, more.
Voice of the man just on reaching out to the world.
Take banana.
We're back at 5sur5 TV. I am your host, B, and we are here with Charlie T. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us at 5sur5.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you as well. So look, I see that you're all over the place with your genres.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on?
I wouldn't say all over the place,
Okay.
but I would say root is soul.
Okay.
That's where the root is. However, it's like, a tree. You have branches of different varieties, and I dabble in pop, R&B, hip hop.
So you don't like to be boxed in?
Don't box me in.
I got
you. Can box me in as inspirational, but don't, I can do that in any type of.
Okay.
Well, not to be cocky, but just say, Nah, I really know. I'm just saying, you be
it's
very
okay
creative.
To be confident. This is 2018.
I'm confident, but I'm saying not cocky. But I'm just saying the variety is what comes with me. So
I got it. So as far as when you hear that people say, okay, they're in one specific genre, then how does that translate to you?
Well, I basically state that, my genre, when everybody asks, is inspirational.
Okay.
So I start to knock out a lot of whatever genres may fall under foul. I mean, I don't know how you answer that. But I tell them inspirational. You will not catch me, expressing myself in a vulgar, way.
I've noticed.
I don't curse. I try not to curse, at least in my music. I don't curse outside, but, maybe if I'm mad, but it's been a while since I've cursed. So,
awesome.
it's basically just taking on the role model.
So have you always been that way, or was it like a sudden change?
No. I've always, I guess, knew right from wrong.
Right.
But,
we all
get tempted. But at the same time, it's like at some time, you got to kind of weigh out the options. What's kind of holding you back, what's getting you forward, and just helping people has been helping me.
That's awesome. So you're giving back to the universe, and in turn, it's reciprocated. So
Exactly.
when you're saying about inspiration, because when I think inspiration, I guess when most people, they think gospel, right? But you're more than just gospel, because it's not just Christian music, right?
Well, I mean, when I looked up gospel, because I was kind of stuck in the thought process of where would I fall.
Right.
And I'm not saying I couldn't do my music in the church. However, I feel like there's more to do outside of the church.
Love it.
You feel me? So if I could bring people back to a church that's going to direct people in the right manner, then that's what I'm doing. But if not, people will have to find their own way.
Speak on it.
That's just where I'm at. But it's inspirational. You know, gospel, when I looked it up, it said truth. So if everybody's speaking this real music, aren't we all speaking some type of gospel?
I know. I hear it.
I mean,
all right. So I noticed in your lyrics, so you write your own music, right?
I write my own music.
All right. So I've noticed what was very peculiar for me, which is, I guess in this day and age, is that you do speak on love a lot.
Yeah.
And you're at an age range where it's not that popular.
I noticed.
Yeah.
But, okay, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I mean, I feel like love is what, for me, is worth it. You know, I mean, once you go to work, you take a shower, you eat, you work out and blah, blah, blah. Once you chill, you're going to be looking around like, what else? What else is there to do?
Right,
and then you hit somebody up and they're like, oh, let me hit you back because I'm chilling with my boo and blah, 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 blah. I mean, we're all going to get there. Everybody wants to be loved. I mean, that's just what it is.
Yes, we do.
Let's just be real. We all want to be loved, but it's a work, It's work.
It is a lot of work. So when you say that, what do you say to people who been there, done that, the experience haven't been quite as nice or pleasant as others? What would you say to that? Because all your music, to me, it's, well, I think I only listened to one song where it talked about where there was a balance, but for the most part, it talks about the pleasantries of love.
Well, I'm glad you felt that way, because a lot of people, or a lot of times, I don't really get that in-depth of a response of my music, so I really appreciate that.
No problem.
But you kind of hit it on the head, like the pleasantry of love, is what a lot of people miss. We think we get it in a quick, whatever it is, or, buying somebody this and that, and that's kind of like temporary.
It is.
But it's when you can stick together during those tough times and you really see what the love was really doing to hold your relationship together, then you value that, that, I mean, it's just me, I guess, I know.
So where you get all this knowledge from?
This experience, the older people who make mistakes, I made mistakes, you got to learn from them. At some point in time, you just got to be like, all right, dang, you tripped, I'm not trying to trip.
So when you sing too, I hear it like the sound is like coming from the soul. So obviously it's in-depth experiences that allow that music to translate to us, right? So is there anything that you add on that is not so pleasant? Hold that thought. We'll be right back in a moment, and Charlie T is going to explain to us the other side of love. Check us out at www.sync2sync.tv.com.
Work hard music, it's so good.
Dis-moi oui, baby, dis-moi oui, dis-moi oui. Dis-moi oui. Vas-y, viens, je t'emmène à la mairie. Je t'emmène à la mairie. On va se marier. Viens, suis-moi, je t'emmène à la mairie. Je t'emmène à la mairie. On va se marier. Tu sais, tu es belle là. Jamais je n'ai vu une femme comme toi. Excuse-moi, qui s'occupe de toi? Je suis docteur. Elle m'a décroché un sourire. Je l'aime déjà mourir. Baby, vas-y, viens. Je t'emmène à la mairie. Je t'emmène à la mairie. On va se marier. Viens, suis-moi. Je t'emmène à la mairie. Je t'emmène à la mairie. On va se marier. Tu vaux plus qu'un diamant. C'est fou comment tu me rends joyeux. Baby, crois-moi, je suis amoureux. En nous aller, tu n'as qu'à me dire où tu veux aller. Je te suis, baby, rentre dans ma vie. Dis-moi Je t'emmène à la mairie. Je t'emmène à la mairie. On va se marier. Viens, suis-moi. Je t'emmène à la mairie. Je t'emmène à la mairie. On va se marier.
We're back to Sex Tank TV, and we're here with Charlie T, the crooner. Can I call you a crooner?
You call me the crooner.
Okay.
What do you mean by that? Because I don't really know what the crooner is.
I mean, like when you sing, there's a certain style of singing. Well, I don't want to say old school, but when I think of a crooner, I think of like old school singers that really just, I don't want to say belch out, but they just stand out and they just soulfully sing.
Oh, I'll take
but not all the crooners are soulful, but
okay. Well, I'll take.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I got you. I'll take it.
All right. So before we went to break, we were talking about we mentioned the pleasantries of love, right? The good side, the rainbows and the butterflies, but there is also another side of love as well. So how come you don't mention that side?
Well, I believe I do, and I'll go ahead and let you all know that I do have, older music.
Right.
So I have a chemistry mixtape that was released 2014. That basically has, the good, the bad, the wonders of it.
Okay.
Like it's definitely a great project. You all should check it out. It's on YouTube. Charlie T 305 Miami.
Plug.
The plug. But my newer music as well. Like I have a song that I'm going to release in the future. I've performed it called The Half.
The Half.
Meaning you don't know the half.
Okay.
So to answer your question, yes, I do try and dabble in all areas and not try and be sugarcoating of the subject.
Right.
Because it's very deep and not everybody's experience is the same.
Right.
So I just try and give not so much a personal, but personal, and I just kind of pick off a relationship off there, and that's what makes it, I guess, so creative with my melodies and things like that.
So being that you have such this eclectic way of expressing love. So that means that your relationship is on board then.
Well, I mean, we have our ups and downs, and I am in a relationship. Shout out to my baby. Going on 7. So it's
7 years?
Going on 7.
Ooh, year completion.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a few relationships who, I'm not going to say I know them, personally, but just, you see on TV and sometimes people who actually hold on. And it's like, yo, you hear about all the breakups, the divorces and stuff. It's like, man, I wonder how that feels to stay in something so strong. Not to know,
right,
but to know that they still stay together. It's like something had to work.
So 7 years. So when you tell people, because I'm not going to go there, because I'm sure she's watching. When you tell people 7 years, then what is the follow-up question?
I mean, it's changed over time. It's changed over time. For the people who've seen, and watched and stuff like that, it's like, they're happy. But at first, year 2, sometimes a year and 6 months, it's like, man, you still in a relationship?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, it felt like time flies, especially when it's good.
When you're having fun, right?
Yes.
So 7 years, that's pretty dope. So that means that soon and very soon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can go there. I mean, that's the plan, but at the same time, it's still a lot we have to learn.
Awesome.
Like just
I like that.
The fact that, it's around us that people don't stay in relationships as long. We haven't mastered anything. So it's like we have a lot to learn. And I think that's just an opportunity to grow together.
It is. So she's been with you along the way during your musical journey. You started when?
Basically 07, and I met her 2012.
Nice. Okay. So she's seen you evolve and everything.
Basically. Yeah.
Notice I'm giving you a lot of props.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, back to your music. So you have 3 songs I listened to, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so in depth, right? In addition to that, you also wanted to promote another big project that you have coming out.
Most definitely. Thank you. The Chemist. Yes, that's basically going to let everybody know where I'm going with my music, because it's not my first project, but it'll just let people know, okay, well, since you're so diverse, where are you going? And it's basically just the story, what I'm talking about. That's where I'm going with my music, whether it's country, rock, R&B, pop, hip hop, like just listen.
Okay. So if any genre, someone just called you up and they said, okay, they wanted you to be featured on their record, you'll go for it. Like you have no...
Well, I'm sorry, not to cut you off. I mean, you can kind of get an understanding of where I come from and the songs that I released, because I haven't done a country track, I haven't done a hardcore metal rock track. I mean, it probably would be a nice experience, but just to get heard, just to be heard, the R&B, pop, dance, those are my field. Like that's my field. That's where I kind of mess around with now. It's fun to me.
Okay.
But I love all type of genres if it sounds good.
Okay, as long as it fits under the motivational, inspiring
Exactly.
realm.
Exactly.
Gotcha. All right, so we will have more from Charlie T in a few. Stick and stay, you guys, and you'll get more information from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Okay. KSR. Be your boy, Josh X. Boy.
Baby, talk to me. I didn't mean to break your heart. Baby, constantly emotions fall apart. All those memories of us walking in the park. Oh, I know we need a brand new start. I know we need a brand new start. Girl, I promise you, I apologize for the things I do. Another chance, I'll prove my love to you. Sherry, I promise, give my world to you. And I promise to love you. How many nights did I change your name in the phone, baby? What type of guy was I in the studio getting low, baby? She wasn't overnight, she was passing by. I was wrong, baby. And I don't like the fact that I always make you girl, I promise you. I apologize for the things I do. Another chance, I'll prove my love to you. Sherry, I promise, give my world to you. And I promise to love you.
Challenge sous façon pareille. From sa qu'on belle tête seulement ou après grette mais gars non charré. Boy you want that girl and you get closer. Keep messing around and you gon' lose her. Act like a man, promise you won't lose her. Let's get it. Yo Josh. This your boy Dro. We doing it again and again and again and again.
Yo pa konen kote nou soti.
Watch 5 sur 5 TV.
5sur5tv.com.
Yo pa konen ki bon nou prale.
All we watch is 5 sur 5 TV.
Hey, 5sur5tv.com. The greatest show right now.
Nan 5 sur 5.
I watch that show every day. 5 sur 5 red branché.
And you're watching 5 sur 5.
Nan 5 sur 5.
Ouais, pas ouais, flip, toujours branché 5 sur 5 TV.
5 sur 5 the best show right now.
Nan 5 sur 5, c'est là nous prale, yeah.
You're watching 5sur5 and keep watching. Je regarde 5sur5 chaque semaine.
5 sur 5 TV, son TV show exceptionnel.
5sur5tv.com, c'est le regarder chaque show, man.
I remember, 5sur5. Every time Sanchez say keep it live.
You're watching 5sur5tv.com. Cinq sur cinq. Music is life. Yeah, yeah.
Move it, move it.
Voice to the man just on reaching out to the world.
Take banana.
Everyone, we're back at 5 sur 5 TV. I'm your host, B, and if you weren't here, we are here with Charlie T.
Hello, hello.
Charlie T was explaining to us about his up-and-coming project, The Chemist, and he was telling us more details about it. So what inspired you to do The Chemist?
Well, basically,
Chemist.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it. It's funny because I think that I have a spiritual root. So it's
no, you definitely do.
Oh,
all this feng shui, everything is, yeah, you definitely.
Appreciate it. But it's funny because I never thought science was like an enemy. And growing up, people always made science like the enemy of spirituality. And I always thought it was like the physical, showing of what spirituality can do to an extent. So that's why I said The Chemist. And basically The Chemist is just basically not me. I don't consider myself a scientist, but just I like the idea.
Okay.
The thought of messing around with different chemicals such as elements or emotions, and just seeing how they interact, and that's how you would, I guess, see what my music does, because you hear it through my music.
So you feel like science is an enemy to spirituality?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was saying growing up, hearing is like, science is this, science is that, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And just taking a few courses and just digging into a lot of the things that make up science, it's like
they can coexist.
Coexist.
Yeah, definitely.
And
So you're saying, Chemist, when you're saying it's like the musicality, like the different beats and the different, the meshing of the sounds and the lyrics and all of that makes up a substance and a compound, I guess.
That's just the audio side of it.
Okay.
You know, if you want to get technical.
And he's very talented because you don't only write your music, but you do a little bit of engineering.
Well, yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, thank you.
He does a lot more. The only thing that you haven't really dabbled in is the beats.
Yeah, I haven't made a beat yet, but I plan on making at least one beat.
That's what
just to try it out, try some things out. But you would get basically the meshing of, the motion. The motion is like one, I guess you can say, factor of the experiment. So you can picture yourself in a lab room as a musician or an artist, and you're messing around with how to get or what utensils to use to get your emotions out.
Gotcha.
So you have a mic, you have a computer, you have, different people's relationships, you have the stage, you have this platform.
Right.
And all that makes up your project.
So when you're doing that, so you have procedures, right? When you're doing a scientific project, you have procedures, like certain steps that you take.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have specific steps, like you go in there structured, or is it, okay, I'm gonna let my artistry just speak for itself?
Well, it's funny because what I've noticed is that ever since I was a young boy, I used to like lay down and I like just bop my head. Like, I put my head under the pillow and I just close my eyes and I just think about what the beat would tell me or how it would make me feel.
Okay.
And I mumble. The mumbles turn into slight words turn into a hook, verses, and then it all just
together. So now that you've come to this point in your career, is it the same, or do you say, okay, now I need to be more structured? Now, okay, no, I need to sit down, paper and pencil, and do you do that? Or I said paper pencil, did I age myself? Technology, okay, you recorded.
Hey, I still write.
Okay,
I mean, I switch it up. I have some stuff on my phone. I have some stuff, on the in the notepad, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with old methods.
Right.
You feel me? But have an open mind to newer ways because it can save some time, money, energy, whatever,
So what can we expect from the Chemist?
Well, you can expect definitely feel good music. I'm all about uplifting, and not to say that you can't talk about anything without going there and shedding a tear.
Right.
But don't end it with the tear. Like end it with the hug, end it with the, solution or some type of advice.
I love the solution part.
The solution part, you feel me? Like if you're gonna take me there, have me, sniffing and crying, like what's next?
So you don't like to leave people on that suspense where, okay, like I'm on the edge of my seat now.
I mean, nah.
We're now going to commercial break and we don't know what's about to happen, so you glued there, you don't like that?
I don't mind it.
Okay.
Do it.
But you were gonna follow up.
For me, I feel like, I've been left hanging with a lot of things, So with what I would like to do is, at least give some type of advice. You don't have to take it, but you can't say that I didn't try.
Right.
You know.
So have you ever performed somewhere or a place and the energy just wasn't right, and then it's like it off balances your sound and your delivery of the material?
It's funny because I wouldn't say the energy just wasn't right, because what I'm trying to do is uplift. So even if it's one person, 9 times out of 10 the energy may be wrong, I guess, if that makes sense. But
I like that.
You just kind of, I don't really think about it. If something does bother me, it'll be like, like the mic and stuff like that. Because I figure technical. I feel like, we give that so much power. Why isn't this thing working? So,
Okay, Charlie T. All right, so keep it with that same energy, you guys. Stick and stay with us. We're going to our next commercial break. We'll be right back.
Yo, my G.
Yes, I'm Jedi.
I look more King Shang over the club and I bun the whole club. I go bun down and I could go over there.
So I now make that try to do work.
Nah, make that shot there. Long me see the King live. I perform on a stage. I hear them say, nah, make that shot there.
Brother, man, nah, go to them place,
Yo, no, you man say
Enough place them can go. We go anywhere we want go. Invite them, they tell we say them nah go. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Nobody no know them. Them hype up on the people, them we show them the ropes and grow them. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Then read the see them so then. This wrong set of man, I know them, I go get to over. Show them. Our grand friend don't know them. March friend don't know them. Star friend don't know them. Capleton friend don't know them. Lakes friend don't know them. Fields friend don't know them. How them a go like a me pen grow them. Jackson don't know them. them. Shooters still don't know them. Brandon Hill don't know them. Red Hills don't know them. Warwick Hill don't know them. Tree Hills don't know them. Out them a one like a Bobo Hill grow them. Anatown don't know them. Reartown don't know them. Jonestown don't know them. Spanish Town don't know them. Irish Town don't know them. Garden Town don't know them. Jonestown don't know them. Papina, Augustown, nobody don't know them. I just some papi show them. Nobody don't know them. Them hype up on the people. Them we show them the ropes and grow them. Nobody don't know them. I just some papi show them. Then we be see them so then. This wrong set a man. I know them. I go get to over show them. Who be no know them. Moran be no know them. Nata be no know them. Buff be no know them. Pomara be no know them. Discovery be no know them. So all them come back while I say ya. Mob be a grow them. High gear no know them. Blue gear no know them. Broad gear no know them. Toll gear no know them. Bunny gear no know them. Cold gear no know them. Out them a go like I say young gear grow them. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Nobody no know them. Them hype up on the people. Them we show them the ropes and grow them. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Then we be see them so then. This wrong set a man. I know them. I go get to over show them. Europe no know them. America no know them. Canada no know them. Asia no know them. Caribbean no know them. Middle East no know them. How them a go like African grow them. Sea view no know them. Mountain view no know them. Harbor view no know them. Riverton no know them. Breton no know them. Cumberland no know them. Tucson no know them. Alright then show me some. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Nobody no know them. Them hype up on the people. Them we show them the ropes and grow them. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Then we be see them so then. This wrong set a man. I know them. I go get to over. When me say Shanty no know them. Biggie no know them. 12 Tribe no know them. Orthodox no know them. Capleton no know them. Emmanuel no know them. Me no want know. Me no want know. Still I say I no know them. Marcus no know them. Gavin no know them. Me no know them. Me no know how them, yeah. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Nobody no know them. Them hype up on the people. Them we show them the ropes and grow them. Nobody no know them. I just some papi show them. Then we be see them so then. This wrong set a man. I know them. I go get to over.
And we're back. Thanks to Sank TV. I am your host, B. Look, if you want more information about Thanks to Sank TV, please feel free to contact us at www.thankstosanktv.com. So, Charlie T, you were telling us about energy. You were telling us about all these great things that you're spitting out in the universe. What advice do you have for someone who's up and coming in this music industry?
Don't stop. That's
Get it.
To be honest, that's the most consistent answer I've heard. Like, don't stop. Because
Okay.
what happens is, it's like you get annoying, or somebody gets annoyed with you knocking on the door, so they come to see who's knocking.
You know who said that? DJ Khaled. He said he was so annoying, he would knock on everyone's door, go to them. They would tell him, no, no, no. And he kept going till he was a nuisance. He was really a nuisance. But look at him now. So that's pretty good advice. So have you ever had the urge to stop?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I mean, when you have to, still work your job, things don't pop when, you want them to pop.
Right.
It's like, it's those times where you feel like quitting, and it sounds cliche.
Right.
But when you really listen or see somebody who said it and, they still persevered, it's like, dang, just try. Just keep trying.
Yeah, tell us about that side, because oftentimes we see the stories. We see, okay, this person is now this big megastar, but we don't hear that, okay, this person had a regular, normal 9 to 5 before they made it. So a lot of times, people who are in the industry are up and coming, they feel like, okay, I'm just going to do what I got to do, push the music out there, and then I blow up. But it doesn't necessarily work like that, right? You got to respect the process.
You got to respect the process. I mean, whatever the process is.
Right.
And I say that because, not to say that there aren't main steps, such as making a song, getting it copyrighted and all these other things. But at the same time, how it's done and who you have to go through, those things vary all the time.
Right.
And, it's not to be, not to say like, oh, I don't need your help or anything like that, because I always, welcome help. You feel me? But sometimes it's always not the best help.
Right. So in addition to that, a lot of people are going independent. They're doing their own thing because they want all of their coins, right? They want to keep the bag for themselves, the money, right? So what advice do you give people that? Because although it sounds great, right, for you to have everything, however, that process in itself is a long, hard process.
It is. And I would say for anybody who thinks about doing it, it's like, okay, you have all your money. Then when you think about all the things you have to do, it's like, what are you willing to pay for? What are you willing to save your money for?
Right.
Give the people their money. I mean, and I mean, like, the photographers, videographers, and stuff like that. And everybody has different prices and stuff. I'm not saying you have to go out there and pay some crazy price.
Right.
But know that you have to pay for something.
Yes.
And once you can understand you have to pay for at least something, you're willing to go out there and invest and do the things that you need to do. And I think that's the start.
So you believe in investing in yourself?
Yeah, it's an investment. I mean, if it's something that you want to do and you're working on other people's clocks and times to do something that you want to do, you're investing your time, I believe, if you see it that way, to go do something that you don't want to do for yourself.
So what is your advice for people who have made it and then unfortunately, financially, they're not quite there yet because of contractual clauses?
Oh, man. Well, you definitely got to read. And I mean, not to say that like you're just going to read it and understand, but you read it to try and understand. And what you don't understand, you go ask the question to somebody who does or who has experience. And in the long run, you create that ladder for yourself. You give people their props and credit. It makes people feel good when you actually go to a lawyer or go to somebody who's went to school or who studied that. Not to say they went to school, but who's just taking the time to learn it. And it just comes back to you. It's like what you put in it. If you want to know something, somebody will come and tell you something.
So how did you find out first that you know how to sing? Like who told you? Like what was that experience like? When did you get that aha epiphany moment?
I guess, I used to sing in the church, and you kind of get, people will tell you that you can't sing, but when you start off young, it's like they encourage you to sing.
Right.
So if you can sing, somebody may tell you a little bit more than, not to say other kids or anything like that, but you may just hear it a little bit more often than you might have heard somebody else get it, the compliment or something like that. And, I try not to compete or compare myself because it's not a competition.
You compete against yourself.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Could you give us a snippet?
Oh, of course. Well, I have a single which I could give y'all a snippet of called Higher Frequency that is on the Chemist EP that is getting ready to come out. So I'll give y'all a snippet of that. Excuse me. I performed it already, but it's not released yet. So.
Okay.
seeing how we're gazing. The feeling's so amazing. Somewhat of a chasing. Should I go and make a move? So what are we waiting for? I'm trying to understand what you want, but I'ma be patient till you show me what to do. Your frequency makes me believe you wanna see what things could be, but you're uncertain. Oh, oh, oh. Then it goes into the hook.
Okay.
Appreciate it. So that's, you know, just a little single, whatnot.
I mean, it was just a little something.
Little something.
That was, see, this is why we have him on our show.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Big ups to y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Look, you guys better stick and stay with us, because when we come back, he's going to tell you where you can locate him for any bookings or any future information that you may want from him. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Procurei motivos pra te deixar, mas não encontrei. Procurei falhas em ti pra reclamar, juro não encontrei. É que sempre que a gente discutia, parece que se encaixava mais. A gente se amava mais, outra elogiava mais. Sempre que a gente se desentendia, bebê, te desejava mais. Eu te amava mais. Você é a própria Wii. Você mente pra quê? Tenho que admitir, se fores vai doer, vai doer, vai doer. Você me deixa maluco, fico a bater torto, provocas curto-circuito, passo a ver oito. Você é a própria Wii. Se fores vai doer. Oh, yeah. Quando te encontrei, juro não imaginei que este teu olhar ia me fazer refém. Tu mexes com meu intelecto, fico daquele jeito que tu sabes direito. Oh, oh, oh. Quero que não te esqueças, que não sais da minha cabeça. Te deixarei conversar, és aquela que me completa. Oh, tu sabes muito bem que me fazes nada bem. Você é a própria Wii. Você mente pra quê? Tenho que admitir, se fores vai doer, vai doer, vai doer. Você me deixa maluco, fico a bater torto, provocas curto-circuito, passo a ver oito. Você é a própria Wii. Se fores vai doer.
Yo pa konen kote nou soti.
Watch 5 sur 5 TV.
5sur5tv.com.
Yo pa konen ki bon nou prale.
All we watch is 5 sur 5 TV.
Hey, 5sur5tv.com, the greatest show right now.
Na 5 sur 5.
I watch that show every day. 5 sur 5 red branché.
And you're watching 5 sur 5.
Na 5 sur 5.
Ouais, pas ouais, flip, toujours branché 5 sur 5 TV.
5 sur 5, the best show right now.
Na 5 sur 5, c'est là nous prale, yeah.
You're watching 5sur5 and keep watching. Je regarde 5sur5 chaque semaine.
5 sur 5 TV, son TV show exceptionnel.
5sur5tv.com, c'est le garde chaque show, man.
I remember, 5sur5, every time Sanchez say keep it live.
You're watching 5sur5tv.com.
We're back at 5sur5 TV, and we're here with Charlie T, and he just blessed us with his vocals and his track Frequency.
Higher frequency.
Higher frequency.
You had it.
Okay, because all I remember is frequency. Don't let me sing. So, who would you like to work with, or who influences you in the music industry?
You know, it's funny. The person who influenced me the most, well, I would say, like, of course, I love Michael Jackson. That was my, rest in peace. That was my favorite artist. I think a lot of people's favorite artist. But it's a lot of people, no disrespect to anybody, but what got me like really going is like, dang, I respect Chris Brown.
Oh.
Because he's close to my age.
Okay.
And it's like, I saw him more on TV than other people.
Okay.
And it's like, yo, that's inspiring that this man is like close to my age and he's doing his thing. Not to say I know how he got there. And
yeah,
all that
what
stuff.
was his last album? How many tracks?
Wasn't it like 40 something?
Oh,
I know it was a lot.
I think it was like 100.
Oh, see.
No, it probably was 40, but it was like over the top.
It was a lot, but I mean, he's very talented, man.
Very.
And I think, you do some hot stuff, but it's a lot of different, like Babyface, I would like to work with.
Babyface. You took it back.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a lot of the R&B older people.
Okay.
Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men. That's ancient for you,
That's,
huh?
I mean, just to have, just to have them write something and just, let me know how they would sing it and then try and see if I could do it.
Okay.
Just to have the mentor, that'd be cool.
So you like, because everyone you named is like in the R&B realm, so that's pretty much who inspires you. Like
yeah, I mean, I feel like that touches me the most.
Okay.
However, I listen to all type of music. I mean, it's just I haven't really thought about that because I was just trying to get in.
So you feel like this is your purpose, this is your divine purpose?
I think so. I mean,
that's awesome that you figured that out.
I mean, I just truly believe it, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say I figured it out, but I feel strongly about it.
That's awesome. So what is it that you would like to leave in the universe?
I guess just a path to get there, to get started. And whatever started is, whether it's, you know, a label or, you know, properly, you know, protecting your songs and stuff like that. Because I read up on a lot of those things.
Right.
Because, you know, independent, you have to know, I would think you would want to know a lot of the stuff since you're kind of running it yourself.
Right.
So if somebody else does take over, at least you can act like you know what they're talking about and not just be in another room doing something else.
Which brings us to, I see a lot of artists, they are now going back to college. They're going back and getting their degrees, and they're going to Ivy League. Like Switch Beats, he went to, what is it, Harvard, I believe?
Did he? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
graduated from Harvard, and then I think LL Cool J is at Ivy League, and it's
investment.
very impressive because when I listened to Swizz Beatz' reason, he said it's because he wanted to know the business and not sit in a boardroom and just have everyone speak on his behalf. So that's very important. So how do you weigh that? Do you feel like you need to have that side of it as well?
I mean, I don't feel like I need to know everything because it is time consuming.
Right.
I mean, you have to study that stuff. I mean, just the basics of how to maybe upload something like a song to somewhere, you know, save you some money, or, you know, see the person who you are paying is doing it right.
Cut the middleman out. Right.
That's what you want to do.
Cut the middleman. So where can we find more information about you, your up-and-coming projects? First of all, up-and-coming project, any events that you would like us to, you know, go and show you some love at?
I mean, of course, I appreciate it. I'm doing an event called Higher Frequency on the 11th. That's actually it's two. On the 11th, that's going to be at the Lion's Den, Hollandale, and then I will be in Little Haiti at the Little Haiti Cultural Arts Center on the 28th for a Magasia Promotions showcase.
Okay.
And hopefully I can stop by the Karoo Complex and show some love
yes,
here.
Show us some love.
Of course,
when
I got to
you're
come
done.
here. Of course. So
yeah,
that's basically where you can catch me doing with the social media, Instagram, official OFFICIAL _ Charlie CHARLIET. Twitter's the same thing. ReverbNation.com is like my house.
Okay.
So that's, you can get my, I guess my network stuff there. So it's CharlieT305.com, basically.
Thank you so much, Charlie
Thank
T,
you.
for joining us. Thank you for shedding some knowledge.
Thank you for having me.
No problem,
this
no
was
problem.
Very good.
You guys, we thank you so much for spending time with us today. You could have been anywhere, flipping through channels, but you stuck and you stay with us, and we appreciate you for that. Thank you so much, Karoo of Fort Lauderdale, for having us here. You've been on our side for quite some time now, and we're so forever grateful for that. Also, you guys, on January 28th, that is our big event. We're going to celebrate our 7th annual, our anniversary pretty much, for being in existence, and we thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without you. If you want more information about us, please contact us at www.sync2sync.tv.com. Also, locate us on Instagram on Sync2Sync.tv. I am your host, B. You can find me at B Longchamp on Instagram. It's been good. Happy 2018. Have a great day.